Well, speaking of second screens, the lines may be blurred for when you are on and off the clock for work. Company-issued smartphones are there for you to respond to emails at all hours. But lawsuits now cropping up over this issue of whether or not you get overtime pay if, in fact, you pick up a message after hours. Lauren Weber wrote the article for the Wall Street Journal. She's here now. So, Lauren, first of all, I want to ask you, what kind of reader response are you getting from this piece?
We're seeing a lot of responses from Twitter where we actually put out a call saying, how do you deal with boundaries with work and life? And some people have been tweeting to us that, if I don't answer my phone late at night, if it's a client or the boss, I lose my job. And other people are saying, you have to set your own boundaries. If you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you.
So that is almost a philosophical stance on this crazy, manic, must-answer-now life that all of us live in. What about from a legal standpoint? Because this is now a legal issue where people are saying, hey, wait a second, can I get paid overtime if I'm answering a message on my time?
Exactly. So we're starting to see some of these lawsuits crop up. When I started looking into this, I was actually surprised at how few there are. But some of the regulations around this are changing in a way that will probably open the gates to many more. A lot of it comes down to who's actually eligible for overtime pay. So, a lawyer or a banker, they may be working 70 hours a week, but they're not going to get paid time and a half for those extra 30 hours, but they're already compensated very handsomely.
If you're a lawyer or a banker, you already sold your signature on the dotted line.
Exactly.
And that's it.
But for people who are paid either on an hourly basis or just don't make as much money, it is a much bigger issue, and it's a very serious issue.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're seeing some of the first lawsuits have come up with people like maintenance people who are carrying around, either a BlackBerry or an iPhone or just a tablet, or several lawsuits have been filed by salespeople for wireless services. So, one of the cases was T-Mobile, and salespeople were saying that they had to put their mobile phone on their business cards, give them out to potential customers, and then answer calls at all hours. So those people are paid hourly, they don't make a lot of money, and that case has been settled.
So where does the law actually stand on this, Lauren?
Well, if you're eligible for overtime under the Fair Labor Standards Act, which sort of regulates compliance on this, then, if you're working to the benefit of your employer, to the advantage of your employer, then you need to be paid for that time. Now, a lot of employers might say, well, I didn't realize, this person was, sending emails or answering calls from customers. That's not a sufficient defense because, for one thing, there are timestamps on all of these communications, whether it's a text message or an email to a manager. It's very obvious when that person was working, even if they shouldn't have been or weren't explicitly asked to. But I think a bigger issue is that it's the culture of a lot of places that you respond, you're expected to be on, and at a time when people feel their jobs are precarious, even though we're in a recovery, there's still a sense of insecurity among many employees. They're afraid that they're going to lose their jobs if they don't.
Fair enough, Lauren. It's a great piece. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Lauren Weber joining me there from the Wall Street Journal. Can you sue the boss for making you answer late night email? That is the title of her very good read.